So I'd just like to start today's video by saying this is not an elaborate hoax. This is not something I've put together to try to pretend to my wife that I didn't buy a guitar, I actually won it. I really did win a guitar. I won a 1980 Gibson Les Paul. So in the video I'll tell you about how it came into my ownership. So this guitar belonged to my friend Robbie. Now, three things about Robbie. One, Robbie's a good guy. Two, he played in Exploited for 10 years, toured the world with Exploited. And three, he's a filmmaker, makes films as well. So Robbie recently had a big vets bill, or his cat had a big vets bill, but obviously Robbie has to pay it, not the cat. So in order to finance the big vets bill, you know, and I've said this before, who wouldn't sell a guitar to make sure your little pet's okay? So in order to finance that, he did like a draw for a guitar. He sold 60 tickets. So I won this guitar. Truly crazy. So I had to go and collect the guitar in Fife. Now, to get to Fife from Edinburgh, you need to get the train and go over the Forth rail bridge there and back. So what I'll do is I'll give you some history behind the guitar while we're looking at some of the scenery when I went to pick it up, and we'll get a quick look in Mr. Robbie's rehearsal room. I think he has 23 4x12 cabinets. Crazy. So Robbie got this guitar from Canada. Now what I'll do is I'll show you a quick picture of the guitar, because I'm sure you're desperate to see it. So he got this guitar from Canada. It belonged to a chap called Bone, who's in the band The Real Mackenzies in Vancouver. So when Robbie saw it, I think he played it when he was over there with Exploited. It was stained a horrible green colour, and Bones plays in an Iron Maiden tribute, who I believe are called Power Clown. So he used the guitar in Power Clown, doing Iron Maiden covers. Now Robbie imported the guitar, I think maybe about a year ago, and has had it all fixed up, had it all restored. It was a husk when he bought it, so he's had to replace everything on it. And then we get to Fife on the train, and we head to Robbie's rehearsal room. Look at Robbie's rehearsal room and all these cabinets.
Nah, not currently. I think the only ones that are plugged in is that crate half stack, and there's another crate half stack. That amp's actually alright. 350 watts.
That'll be quiet, eh? So I think you'll agree that was a lot of cabinets. What a cool rehearsal room. So then I get the train back from Fife to Edinburgh again across the Forth rail bridge. Now Robbie, when he had it restored, Robbie's a metal guy. So Robbie decided to metal up and has put some very high output pickups in this old Gibson Les Paul. And here it is, in the flesh, a 1980 Gibson Les Paul. Firebrand, a Les Paul Firebrand, Firebrand Les Paul, a Gibson Firebrand. Look at that, looks fantastic. So this has cost me £20. I had a 1 in 60 chance of winning it, and I won it. Can't believe it, honestly can't believe it. So I have owned the Paul before, and I've also owned a Firebrand before. Both of which guitars I traded last year. And what do you think of this one? I think I prefer the neck shape on this one to those other two. I don't know, it just feels like a bigger neck shape. So this has all been refurbished. Like I say, when Robbie got this, when he got it from Canada, there was nothing on it at all. It was a husk when he got it, so he's had to replace all the stuff on it, and he has put these pickups in, which are hotter than the centre of the sun. So let's have a closer look at it. I may do a full video later on with a really deep dive on this guitar, but this is just a quick look. Let's have a look at it just now and see what it's like, and then we'll listen to some sounds. We'll see what we think of these pickups. Now, as I said, when Robbie got this guitar, it was painted some terrible green colour. Unfortunately, I don't have any evidence of that. I don't have any pictures. Or maybe that's fortunately, I don't have any pictures. So he has replaced everything on it. It just came as a husk. That's a new bridge, tailpiece, Seymour Duncan Blackout Pickups. More on them in a bit. They are hot pickups. It's refinished in, I think he stripped all the paint off, and it's been refinished with gunstock oil just on top of that. I think that's an ebony fingerboard. I believe these came with ebony fingerboards. Gibson flat frets. Now the truss rod cover, he's put a Les Paul custom truss rod cover. It's obviously not a Les Paul custom, and there is a logo branded in to the headstock. So it's a cool looking guitar. And the bridge, I think the bridge is Korean made bridge. I don't know if I'm going to change any of the stuff that's on this, other than possibly the pickups. And I don't think there's any maker's name on the tailpiece. So it's pretty cool being finished in this gun stock oil. Feels pretty good. I mean, it's not sticky or anything like that. So let's listen to the sounds of these pickups. Now, like I say, these are hotter than the centre of the sun. Now, to compare this against other pickups, I used my 1972 Gibson SG Deluxe, which has T-tops in it. So you will hear just how much hotter these pickups are. I've tried to kind of balance the outputs because these do have a very large output as well. So let's hear these Seymour Duncan Blackouts against some Gibson T-tops from 1972. Just a very brief comparison. So these do metal very well. I think this is the first guitar I've ever had which has active pickups. Normally I find them just, I don't know, just too high output. They don't clean up well enough for the kind of style I do. I mean, I'm a heavy metal guy, but I'm a kind of 80s heavy metal guy. I don't need quite that much gain, but I've enjoyed playing them, and at the end of the video I've done a jam, another one of my legendary 5-minute off the cuff one take jams, and I was really impressed with the sound of them when I was listening back to what I'd played. I don't know if I'm impressed with my playing, but I'm certainly very impressed with the sound. So I have enjoyed them. But that said, I have bought these two Tone Rider pickups, bridge and neck. These are the Tone Rider Alnico 2 Classics, and I got them in gold as well. So this is going to be like a blinged out Gibson Firebrand with all gold appointments, something that they did not come with. So we'll see what they're like. I'll maybe do a comparison video. Now, to change the active pickups, now I need to take all the electronics out. Well, I need to take all the pots and everything out, change all the pots. We don't need a battery when we're using these passive pickups. So I'm going to put these in, and I'm going to see going to see what it looks like, because you've got the covers on. Normally most of my guitars have the covers off the pickups. I'm going to see what it looks like with gold pickups in, and I'm going to see what it sounds like. I'm going to see if I prefer the more sort of traditional output of humbucker. Does it suit my playing a bit better? I mean, I think it, I don't want to preempt anything here, but I think the Tone Riders are probably more suitable for the sort of stuff that I play. So there you go, my £20 1980 Gibson the Paul Firebrand, or Firebrand the Paul. A Gibson Firebrand is what I'm going to call it, because it's branded on the top there. So as I say, at the end of the video, probably about a 5-minute jam, just one take. I counted maybe half a dozen wrong notes, but that's rock and roll, folks. As ever, it's a privilege and a pleasure bringing you content on Dunsy's Guitar World. Cheers for now.